my name's Katie and welcome to my shed. Today I'm going to be working on a landscape based on a photo I took on the way to work on Sunday when it was really frosty. And by the way, there's no frost today. It's quite nice, it's quite mild. I still need my hat on because I can't have the heaters on when I'm filming, but actually it's really nice today. So what I'll do is I'll show you the photo I took while I was driving to work. Not while I was driving, I stopped to take the photo, and then I'll talk you through the steps that I'll take to produce the landscape painting. So in this little time lapse I'm just doing a few mini sketches looking at composition, trying to work out what I want my painting to look like, just a few little tonal studies. So I haven't done all of them, and that's because I can tell straight away, once I started drawing it out, I could see this composition wouldn't work because the parts that I find interesting in the picture are sort of basically from here downwards. I really like these sort of horizontal lines that are cutting through the image, in sort of contrast with the really strong vertical of the tree, and I know that that's what I want to get in. This side, as I was drawing, is a little bit dull, so I might try and sort of crop that part of the image out. The problem with doing that is this line, this beam or sleeper that's sort of going all the way across, if I cover that up you can see it cuts off the whole image, and I quite like the fact that it leads off into nothing here, so I'll probably just edit the image a little bit to what I think would work compositionally. So I'm probably leaning towards this one here without the sort of bush in it, but either make it so it really tapers off so that it goes to nothing, or finish it a bit shorter. So my process is, what I'll do next is I'll just paint it. I'll see what boards I've got and I'll paint it. I'll do like a almost like a rough sketch, but by painting. And the reason I'll do that is just because I struggle to work through a painting on the first attempt. So there's no point me just sketching it out. I just need to paint it and keep painting it until I'm happy with it. So if you look back on my Instagram or my Facebook, you might see that I do the same image multiple times, and that's just my way of working through it until I get to the point where I'm happy with the composition and the brush marks that I've made. So I'll just start, and you can watch me. I'm going to try out, I've got some new paints that you probably was in the last image. I'm going to have a look and see which of those I can use. They were my friends who I talked about in the first video, and I've not used this brand before, so they're Daniel Smith's, and I've only used his watercolors before. I've not used the acrylics, so I'll have a go with those and let you know what I think. All right, let's crack on, shall we? Change the subject. Where is it gone? Can you see the blue tip there? Look, going in the little house. It's a bit early for that sort of behaviour, I'd have thought. Oh, look, there's another one. Sorry, quick diversion. I don't always do this, but I think I'm going to underpaint a board first of all, either in a pink, purple or a blue, probably blue. I'll have a look and we'll see, just to give it a little bit of depth to the painting, and it will make life a little bit easier for me in the long run. So that's where we're going to start. While I was looking for this board to paint, I found this, which actually is very, very reminiscent of that scene. This is a wheel paint that I did quite a few years ago, never finished it, but I'm going to have this out just as some inspiration as well, because I really like the colour set on there. I've just got some pink I'm going to underpaint it with, and sorry, I've just got all these mediums here. I'm not really sure which one I want. There's a normal one down. Give me a second. This room is in a bit of a pickle, so there it is over here. I may or may not have included in this video. I'm just trying to sort out my friend's art stuff along with another friend, and so it's all here while I'm sorting it out. So this one is a matte medium. It just helps me to thin the paint a little bit, because I do like to work in layers. I don't like the paint to be too thick as it goes on. I'd much rather work the layers up. So it helps thin the paint, but without diluting the pigment in the same way that if you use water that would do. It will dampen the colours a little bit, but not like water will just ruin it, and it won't sort of absorb into the board. I guess it's probably a plastic based thinner. Excuse me, I've got too much paint on here, it's making a right mess. So I'm just going to get some colour on this board, and this is my underpainting. Not much finesse goes into this part of it, because it's all going to be covered up. Just means that if you get any gaps, you don't end up with like flecks of white. Sometimes I don't mind the flecks of white, but I feel like this image, it's going to have a lot of white in the image anyway, because it's frosty. So I'd much rather add a little bit of warmth or colour to it. So I tend not to paint flat on the table normally, but I don't normally have a camera watching what I'm doing. So I would normally have it up in my hands or up on an easel, but I couldn't work out how to do that and for you to be able to see what I was doing. You just remember, this isn't my, I have to pick it up, sorry. This will not be my final painting. This is like a sketch for the painting, so it's like my pre-work almost. And I'm just going to get some of this lighter pink because I really like that. Add a little. So not all of my paintings work. There's an awful lot of wastage. But they all get kept, a bit like that one in the background there, because there's something I can learn from every painting I do, even if I don't enjoy the final image. I tend to, there'll definitely be stuff I can learn from it. Okay, so this is where we are at. So this is just my first layer, sort of marking it out, trying to get a feel for the image and where I want to go with it. At the moment I am not enjoying these trees here. That's not working for me, but you can see it needs to go much higher. And yeah, very early stages. I'll carry on after school run, hopefully. See you in a bit. Okay, I am back from school run and making tea. So I'm just going to pull this picture back up. Just have a quick look. I think I need to get the blues in and just have a look and see what that looks like. Well, we did. I'm sure cerulean blue is the right one, but I'm just trying to, because I'm trying to test these paints out. I don't want to have a go with ones I wouldn't normally use. I think I need to remember that I am just sketching when it doesn't really matter too much. Never use this, never, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Perylene green? I'll do that after. Let's get some blue in and some lilacs in. Find a brush. I've got a wide brush for this. You might have noticed I don't use the poshest brushes and palettes, and that's deliberate because I'm mucky and I'm not very good at tidying up on myself. So it's for the best, really. Saves a lot of money and a lot of heartache. Okay, I'll try cerulean blue and just do that with some of this David Grey for a minute and see what happens. Okay, I feel like I need music on in here, but I suspect then I'll get in trouble for copyright or something, won't I? Okay, let's have a look. Oh, I'll put that there in case it's in the picture. It'd be really annoying for me. I would say the pigments in these are really strong, so I could probably use even less of them than I do with my other paints. Quite hard painting in here at night. The lighting isn't great. I've got a fluorescent strip tube, but it's not great. Like I need a little bit of mixing white in that. This one's the Winsor Newton Professional acrylics. Don't know if you can see that. These paints are a little bit old. They're a bit grainy. But that's absolutely fine for sketching purposes, but wouldn't want to use them if I was making something to sell. I don't think I'd want to use them then. I think hopefully you can see it's going on quite thin. It's way too dark though. Not sure what this is going to do. Let's have a look at this. It's quite green, the Davies white. Davies grey rather. Like that. And there is this sort of area here where it goes a little bit greeny in the sky. These bits here. Let's go with a bit of titanium because I think this is going to take forever, and I need to remember it's a sketch and I'm not here to make a masterpiece. Just grab a different brush. You can see how thin I put the paint on, but if I keep going at this rate it will never get finished, and I do want to get a sketch finished mainly for this video, because otherwise we'll be here in a month's time, because as you've seen I do like to procrastinate and spend weeks and weeks on one painting. So let's just get this whole chunk in here. Should be mixing on the actual painting, but there we are. We are where we are today. So I'm gonna stop with the blues there. I need to just add it. I don't know what I need to do. I wanted the warmth to come through, but which I think it does, but maybe a bit too much. I'm going to try. I've never used this one. This pyroline green. Let's just see what that does. I've never used it. I don't really know what colour it is. Can it come out like? But let's have a go. After all, we are playing. I need to keep reminding myself I'm playing, not creating a masterpiece. Okay, so thank you for encouraging me to do this exercise. I think it's proved to me today why doing this channel is going to be good for me, because I wouldn't have painted today. I'd got quite a few things booked in. I'd got my hair appointment and some other appointments going on, and I know that I would have said I don't have enough time to produce something. And granted, it's not a finished product, but it's a good start. There are some bits that I like with the sketch painting that I've done, other bits that I don't like. So let's start with the bits that I don't enjoy so much, which is this tree up here. I think I need to just maybe have more of a sense of it rather than it being quite so literal. But I do quite like the negative spaces that are in there. I like this. I've got a bit of a thing for verticals. If you look back at some of my work, there's I use quite a lot of vertical lines. So yeah, so I like this bit here. I quite like this passage here and the way it brings your eye across and up and then back over here. What I don't want to be is too obvious with it, but yeah, I quite like that. I'm not sure what's going on down here. There's quite a lot of empty space, which is making me think that I probably could do a landscape, a long landscape of it, and cut out this chunk here and this chunk here, and then be left with the section that I like. Let me see if I can just hold a board up to prove the point. So sort of do that, and I think that would work for me and make me maybe a bit happier, maybe down there and there. So that is probably the route that we're going to go with it. So with regards to the Daniel Smith paints, the acrylics, I really like them. They are not as thick as I'm used to, so I am used to the Liquitex Heavy Body are a bit thicker, but they go further than the Liquitex when I'm using them with a extender. So I think I'm going to enjoy working with them. We'll carry on playing with them. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. If you've made it to the end of this video, that's quite a feat. And also thank you to everybody who's given me some support with the channel over this last couple of weeks. I've only told a handful of people, because I'm still a little bit embarrassed, that I'm doing it, and I do need to follow my own word of the year and be a bit braver and maybe tell some people. But we'll get there when we get there. There's no rush, is there? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week, and we'll either be working on this landscape, or knowing me, I'll have moved on to something else, and I'll stare at this landscape painting for a couple of months while I work out what I want to do with it. Take care, have a good week, bye. I forgot to say, did you enjoy the time-lapse videos? Are they too long? Let me know, because I can shorten them next time. I just didn't really know what would work. Thank you.